Prior to the apparent assassination attempt, former President Trump was already scheduled to take a break from campaigning today, but he is set to return to the trail tomorrow. He'll be in Michigan to host a town hall, marking his first public event since yesterday's apparent assassination attempt. CBS News campaign reporter Jake Rosen is following the Trump campaign for us from Washington. Jake, after the first assassination attempt in Butler, we saw some immediate changes take place, both with Trump's security detail and the implementation of bulletproof shields at his outdoor venues. Should we expect to see more changes implemented? Will this have any impact on his planned schedule?
Well, it's certainly possible, Lindsay. As you and I discussed yesterday, the Secret Service had used not just that bulletproof glass, but also shipping containers and big rig trucks to block the sight line around the former president. Obviously, that applies to more formal, on-the-record events, not the former president golfing and the activities that he's done when he's not officially campaigning. So we'll see whether that changes, but also whether, as Donald Trump, who loves to go golfing pretty consistently down in Florida, in New Jersey, whenever he is not on the road, how does the security perimeter look like when he's doing that? Do they completely close the golf course and the perimeter around like they would do if Donald Trump was president, versus now that because he is just a candidate for president, they do not do that entirely larger perimeter? In terms of his campaign events, Donald Trump will be in Michigan, then he will be in New York on Wednesday, and then he will be in North Carolina on Saturday. I've been told by the Trump campaign there are no changes to his campaign schedule after yesterday's assassination attempt.
This is just the second time in just over 2 months where there has been an attempt on the former president's life. How is he responding?
Well, we saw yesterday Donald Trump thanking law enforcement like he did after Butler, but one change compared to Butler was a more aggressive tone towards who exactly he believes caused this. In an interview with Fox News Digital earlier today, Donald Trump said, quote, he believed, this is the gunman, he believed the rhetoric of Biden and Harris and he acted on it. Their rhetoric is causing me to be shot at when I am the one who is going to save the country, and they are the ones destroying the country both from inside and out. Now, this is what we've heard from the former president when he talks about his enemies, that there are people both inside the country coming for him. This was before Butler, long before Butler. But we saw very close proximity in time for the former president having this happen to him yesterday, but also who he blames for it, immediately targeting President Biden and Vice President Harris. Certainly something to keep an eye on going forward as the former president hits the campaign trail later this week and how he frames what happened to him.
Jake Rosen, thank you.